Hello, people of YouTube. It's your boy Skinny Penis with another unwanted ship. I guess today we try out GK, and then the next video is most likely going to be Preußen. Hopefully I can show why, for example, Preußen is better than GK at this point. It's just straight up a GK that works, kind of. I mean, it's still not the best BB, but it's definitely a strong BB. But yeah, we're trying GK. We're running obviously guns back. Secondary GK is just pathetic. Same for Preußen really. You can theoretically run a hybrid build, but in my opinion these ships aren't really built for secondaries. The only thing they allow, like they're built for brawling, which means drive-buying and stuff, because you have an invulnerable or unhittable citadel close up. But using all your turrets, which is kind of needed on a ship that has 2 turrets front, 2 turrets back, and therefore being able to be punched in the fucking face the entire time and repeatedly by every single ship, kind of doesn't allow for, like, look at the gun angles forward. Like, I couldn't use my secondaries really. The secondaries work best if you kite, but then again, do you really want to kite with a secondary spec? Also, why would you go secondary on GK or Preußen when there's Schlieffen in the game? An actual ship that works. Mainly also because this concealment doesn't check out. Ahem. Mm. Always stay hydrated, boys. GK and Preußen have 14 plus concealment, which means there's a big gap between your secondaries and your concealment. Therefore, you most likely have to take a bunch of shit before you get into effective secondary range, and also your secondary DPM isn't anywhere close to that of Schlieffen. The only added bonus you have for secondary spec is that they buff the secondaries in a way that they have 32mm base pen on all of them. The big ones, like these fat turrets, even pen more. So you don't have to spec IFHE, but doesn't really matter because IFHE on the DPM on Schlieffen, like even if you cuck the fire chance there, it doesn't matter. Your secondaries just deal way more damage, and you have 12-6 conceal, while your secondaries are 12-5 in range, which means the moment someone wants to shoot you or open up, you have the secondaries already on target. The biggest problem with GK is you do have an insanely fat and large superstructure, which arms essentially all shells aimed towards you, even if you're angled. That is a big problem. So angling doesn't really work on it. Most BBs, either with fast reload or high shell count, just consistently 10 to 15k you at least through your superstructure, which is really bad. Like, let's be honest, it's not how BBs are supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to tank way more AP when angled. Like, that's why there's HE in the game. Like, you tank the AP angled, so they have to switch to HE, but you don't have to against the GK, just because, I mean, you still get safe damage. Like, to be honest, Montana is sometimes even able to 25k a GK perfectly angled, which is kind of ridiculous, but yeah, that's just the way the hull works. As I said, the added benefit is that you can drive by anything at any range, unless it has torpedoes for free, if you have the HP for it, because you don't eat citadels, while you can smash most battleships. Here in this situation, for example, I have to turn out immediately. There's 2 BBs here that are straight up a way better alternative. Kreml, who's actually tanking, and Vincent, who is invincible and unkillable, essentially overall. He's also going to HE spam me now for the entire duration of the game, I would assume. My Fenzia did a little funny here. I think I'm going dark now. No real point in keeping shooting here. The Vincent is just gonna cringe on me. I'm keeping this spot here, so my booster isn't rushable from behind. It's kind of like my idea, but I think I'm going to turn back towards the rock and get closer. I can't hit the Marseille because he's too fast. I am running a full tank gun spec, which is kind of the go-to on GK. The only good thing about it really is that your reload is kind of nuts on the guns. Countered though by the dispersion, which is kind of shit. Actually, I might want to turn out here again. Not sure really. I think I'll go close and cuck the Kreml from pushing into my booster for free. That could be the play. Also, I would zone against my Slava. I kind of don't want to use him as bait. I kind of maybe want to protect these people here, so we do have a slight chance of winning this flank still. This guy is turning out, 13 km, flap broadside cram. I would assume I don't have the penetration here to citadel him. No, 2 shells hit on main armor belt, they only pen. Kind of a sad display how sad this game has become, kind of. The Slava was able to citadel him, not that it really matters though. Gonna pre-pop one of the heals. He's turning back in actually, giving flat broadside again and again and again. I hope I would be able to punish him by this time. No, I get torpedo protection hits. That is amazing. The Harugumo sent both wrecks on the booster earlier. I saw them, so he doesn't have torpedoes yet ready. So that's why I'm not popping my hydro. But I will pop it soonish. I mean, this must be citadels, right? No? Okay, I aimed a bit too far in the front. I get that one, but... Wait, I pop hydro now. There's another DD here. It's the Bazan. I hope I can make the flap broadside turn here. I also hope that my next salvo kills the Kreml, so he doesn't get to shoot again. Come on, that's like flap broadside. Come on. Are we going to see citadels? We see 1 citadel, 3 overpens. I have no clue what I'm overpenning there. Thankfully someone else finished him, so I don't have to endure the 20k hit that he could have gotten into me. As you can see, I made the island, which is very good, very good. I can also go dark here, most likely. And kind of protected the Wooster from this Kreml going wide and killing him. The thing though, or the problem being that there's now 2 DDs in a smoke that we can't really spot. Unless they run it out like this, which is good. I'm gonna keep my shot until I have a very, very good one when he turns on the border and goes flap broadside again. Actually, I'll shoot now. Since the Sherman somehow died from full HP to 0, but I can trade the Bazan for it. Not really a worth it trade, since they still have a Harugumo here. But we have our Vampire coming in, who doesn't have a radar against him at the moment, because the Des Moines ran away. So they might be able to fuck with the Marceau here. And I could try to reverse again, since I have Hydro on. I know there are no torpedoes, and I could maybe try to reverse and shoot the Haru if he's not cautious enough and shoots while being outside of a smoke or something. Very unlikely though. Very unlikely. But yeah, you're like a damaged sponge. So your guns reload pretty fast. I mean, they're still battleship guns. It's still a battleship in general, so you're going to get overall very decent damage. 130, 140k average is possible. It's a BB, it's pretty simple. And also because you are like the main focus of most people the moment you're spotted, which is kind of obvious. Like everyone wants to shoot a fucking GK. You can also like play around that. Like if you have a tank build and everyone faps on you, you can take a whole lot of heat from your teammates, try to burn through all your heals, and therefore take a lot of time, salvos, shots off your team, of your teammates, keep them alive maybe a bit longer. Like here, for example, the Wooster or the Sava, they took way less damage just because I was around soaking up shit. But yeah, don't expect that thing to be the ultimate solo carry. It sure isn't. You also lack 30mm overmatch, which kind of makes it balanced. I mean, in my opinion, to be honest, you could even give GK better dispersion at this point, and it would still be fine. We got 1 sit here, which is kind of sad. You could give GK better dispersion, really. It wouldn't be that big of an issue. As long as it doesn't have 30mm overmatch, good dispersion isn't really that broken, because most cruisers can angle to you, which is kind of the fundamentals of the game. As you can see here, my reload is pretty nuts with the AR. It's 22.9. So I do have some overmatch, obviously. I mean, you still overmatch 27 platings, which means if I'm close to a Des Moines, for example, I am still able to smash him heavily. Yeah, which just goes to show that was like the original idea behind the game. like ships like Des Moines or cruisers in general have side and deck armor to bounce bad shots at long range, so people can't point and click it at will. But then when you're close up, you might get one shot through the nose or the ass. But we moved away from that kind of balancing a long time ago. Essentially, every BB gets point and click shit. I mean, just look at Vincent, for example. It gets crazy HE and reload, but it also keeps Battlecruiser Dispersion and 30 Overmatch. Like, I don't know why it needs 30 Overmatch, but hey, yeah, here we are. It gets it. So, pretty epic. I am DCPing now. Like, the Marseille can't shoot me anymore. The Des Moines is pretty far away, so it's only the Vincent. He will set me most likely on another fire, but I don't really mind. Like, the game is going to be a loss again. Kind of a reason why I don't really like to play these kind of ships. So the Marseille already fucked through the middle. I mean, that I DCP'd may have actually... I missed the Haru, great. That I DCP'd may have given the Marseille the great idea of loading HE. No, it didn't. He's gonna fuck me with AP now. Wasn't that bad. I'm unspotted, which either the DD is in here or he's capping from here. What? Okay. What? Is he gonna shoot? It's by the way pretty sad about GK, even in kite if I want to use all my guns. Dude, look at the lag on this motherfucker, what the hell? Even at these kind of ranges, if I'm... Okay, I hit a bit of an ass. If I'm angled like this, he can still punch me repeatedly, which is really, really bad, obviously. I'm even considering switching to HE here, because I'm most likely not gonna fuck him with AP alone. Unless I get super good dispersion for some reason. It's my 5th heal now. Yeah, like he shatters and bounces most of it, so I penetrate only the turrets. Did he DCP? I think he DCP'd. No, he's healing, okay. Yeah, well, I might actually consider loading... No, he actually DCP'd too. I'm actually loading HE now. 60-second fires on that guy without fire prevention. So, switching to HE here isn't a bad option. Yeah, especially since he's low now. And my reload is pretty good. Question is just, will I get a fire? Ah, we got 11k'd by HE. Perfectly angled with a fire. That's obviously really, really balanced. Got a fire, 7k. I mean, you have better pen, because you're a German ship, you have a 100mm pen, 1/4. Shit. But, whoop. Whoop. We will die here. Not really, like, battleships in general are hard to play solo. You are at the mercy of your teammates more often than not. And then playing a GK on top of that isn't really the way to go, in my opinion. That is a range mod Schlieffen, by the way. The Slava is... Slava, you get 2... I have 2.6 million pot. Quite low, actually. Was mostly HE spammed. But I'm still alive. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. I'm still alive. Alive and kicking. The Vincent is going around the side. I think the Marceau is spotting me from middle. Oh, actually, the Marceau is spotting me from the exact same spot. The Haru is there. Both AFT. Ooh, got a 7 shell hit there. Big. Sadly, it doesn't matter. I actually didn't get set on fire here, which is kind of impressive. But the Schlieffen has my broadside. Goes to show that range mod Schlieffen is the play, obviously. Sadly, my full HP Sherman, for example, just killed himself earlier, so... Not really much you can do there. He just killed his... Yeah. Dead. Unlucky, really. I mean, we got 157, so it's still damage, right? I also Citadel. I mean, I could have definitely killed the Des Moines there if I would be other BBs, I guess. Like, more consistent BBs. But I also couldn't have gone for the gamer turn in front of the battleships, you know? Like, not having a Citadel is pretty cool. You can go quickly into the captain. I have Hans Lauer on it. Ah, okay. Yeah, well, it's not the most optimal spec, I would assume. For now, I would actually say that you drop Brisk and Preemptive Maintenance and go Improved Repair Party Readiness. I can't switch it now because he's in battle. I mean, it's the two specs that you can run. You can either run this one, is like a very good one, and the more optimal one, I would assume, is switching to Improved Repair Party Readiness with these two, dropping these two. Then again, it's like 50-50. Both of them have their merits. It's like Brisk allows you to be faster into cover, faster into flanks and behind islands, so you don't eat so much cock. Improved repair party readiness keeps you alive a bit longer, because more often than not you reach additional heals just because you have them on cooldown 10-15 seconds earlier, which is a lot. It's actually quite a lot. This is the modules. Actually, I'm not running Hydro mod because whatever. You should run it if you really, really desire to play GK. Also, if you have some doubloons spare, you can move it between GK, Schlieffen, and Preußen. So yeah, but I don't really care. Here it's actually interesting. It's one of the tier 10s that has two options on the guns. They offer a bit higher alpha and a bit higher penetration, but the reload is decently worse. So it's in general like these guns are overall the better choice, just because you have the DPM, meaning you reload in 25 base, which is quite a lot for 12 shells. So that's kind of like, as I said, one of the redeeming qualities of GK, that the reload is pretty fast. You're also running reload mod. I mean the legend mod is pretty useless, to be honest. Like you already have nearly zero range for BB. Then again, you also don't have the penetration to fuck anything above 20 kilometers. I mean, you could run ledge mod, I guess, if you have a secondary spec. I personally would always go for this one. Tank and main gun, like the 7% dispersion and reload, just makes you like a ship that shit shells, which kinda makes it playable in my opinion. Like you can have good games. If you run a secondary spec, you're just, in my opinion, because the hull is so bad, as I mentioned, if you run a secondary spec, you're 2 point starved. You're lacking one crucial skill. Like you're either lacking the heal, which is probably the one I would drop. Like you go 4 heal, because you can't really run around with full conceal, Preußen or GK. You in the current meta with Thunderers, Conquerors, Vincent, Satsumas, Hanovers, Patrice, everything carriers running around, you're just going to be spotted in spawn and instantaneously going to be fapped on, which means it's even worse that you don't have a full tank spec. It actually makes it completely impossible to sometimes play the game. Like maps where you openly spawn in the middle of the map and it's open water for 10 to 20 kilometers on end before you reach anything where you have cover, you're going to lose so much HP then that most likely you're not gonna get a rush out anyways. Like there's no way you brawl after that. The idea of brawling is you stay full HP until you reach a certain point, close up, where you're also covered against most angles, against most ships, torps, whatever, and then you can have your dedicated and pre-planned 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2, with a lot of HP to spare, so the enemy BBs or cruisers can't burn through it while you're going for like some drive-by. Um, Obviously, like something like Cyclone is cracked for that. Like if you manage to, or like if you go full HP, or you stay full HP in Schlieffen, Preußen or GK, and a Cyclone comes, you're obviously top dog. 8 kilometers view range only, and you have the hydro, you have the armor, I mean, not the armor that. I mean, the armor doesn't really work. You have the armor in the sense that you don't get citadel at all, so you can just do whatever then, because it's most likely going to be 1 versus 1s in the Cyclone. It's easier to go for that too. But otherwise, like here without a concealment, I mean, look, I would have 15-5 conceal or something, 15-6. I would be spotted by a DD most likely in 2 seconds, because if there's a DD mid, I would be definitely spotted by that. I guess we can pop spawner. Maybe I get a shot out here. It's actually not that far away. I took a lot of time to actually assess the situation here, so he got time to turn in, which means he's angled. Fuck. Yeah, he's angled. I also penetrated the gun back turret there, that's why it didn't do damage at all. Maybe he's turning out again. I don't know. Yeah, okay, he's turning out again. I don't really have high hopes though that I'm going to like magically, moronically one-shot him or do a bunch of damage. Ah, my shells clipped the island anyways, and yeah, okay. Hi, sniping GK is not the play. I can tell you. I can tell you what. I can blind fire this though. Maybe my shitty dispersion allows for some random sit. I don't know. He's gonna stay there, so. I have a double poison against me here, which is pretty good. As you can see, I'm trying to get towards the island first. Got a pen there. To limit the incoming fire here. And then turn out with island cover. Should probably pop hydro. I have unsaturated superstructure, which means the fucking Elbing is gonna murder my dumbass. Uh-oh. Ooh. The Elbing torped off cooldown, which means they might not have range. Okay, never mind. They definitely do have range. Can assure you that. 0 damage there. The dispersion on this ship is just sometimes the most interesting thing. I can dodge it though. Hydro saves the day. Could turn out in time. I mean, the inner clock was already telling me that it's now or never for the turnout, otherwise I eat cock. So, okay, now they run out. 2 overpens again. I'm also being dropped by the Immelmann. I mean, carriers, by the way, carriers love dropping you, especially with torpedoes, because your torpedo protection is so god awful that a fucking Immelmann does like 20k per drop, which is fucking hilarious, because Immelmann does like, I don't know, 12k to a Satsuma. Yeah, it's very cool. Probably gonna proc my DCP here too. No, actually not. 6 overpens. I don't know where I get these fucking overpens from. I also don't know why the fuck these demented Yamatos are that fucking passive. That is kinda crazy. That is unironically kinda crazy. Don't wanna play the game, I guess. Yeah, well, I mean, we have 3 battleship next to each other that don't have AA, and the 4th one is coming in, because why not? 2 overpen. Wait, what? Fucking, like, am I, like, only overpenning today? Fuck that Elbing, by the way, don't give a shit. Am I just aiming that bad? I don't think so. I think it's literally just GK moments. Tragic, really. Definitely the worst battleship in World of Warships on tier 10, by far. Like, you really need stupid enemies to make this ship work. Like, really stupid enemies. Since it also lacks the overmatch. Obviously, like, if a cruiser angles to you, you're fucking doomed. Especially at long ranges. Apart from the occasional nose sit on a Des Moines, you're not gonna hit shit. I mean, the poisons are pretty dumb, so I actually get to play the game here, I guess, until the carrier comes. Get 1 penetration. No, my god, this ship is so fucking god awful, dude. And then I'm playing with these 3 idiots in their BBs, so it's like, what am I even doing here? Yikers. I mean, I guess the enemy team won't push through these that fast if our DDs have a brain. It's a YY Haaland Z, they all have Torbs, and then there's a Smolly Yoshino camping behind that for free. Oh wait, it's a Brr Yoshino, so that guy is gonna play epically well. Oh wait, it's Nakimov, Yamato, Yoshino, Div in my team. Yeah, well, they won't push our base without instantaneously dying to these guys. They're trained in the arts of farming people from base. God damn it, I feel so fucking shit on this ship, it's incredible. You could bring up the Colombo meme again. People somehow actually believe Colombo is worse than GK, which is the fucking most copious thing ever, and also the most retarded thing ever. Colombo has an ammunition type that penetrates most ships at any angle for 1,000,000,000 alpha. What does GK have? Like, if people angle, yeah, you can spam HE. Good luck in the GK doing damage then, really. I mean, the fire chance actually not that bad. I mean, it's 38. By the way, goes to show the power creep on the fire chances. The guy has no torpedo range, I was like wondering. Goes to show the power creep on the fire chances. Mecklenburg has faster reload, 16 shells, that's 4 shells more, and gets 29 on HE. This has 28. Like, hello? How is this like a good way of balancing the game? Then the battleships, the battleship mains obviously, start complaining about HE spam again, while Mecklenburg and Conqueror and Thunder are a thing, or Vincent. Surely the DD and cruiser HE spam is a big problem here. Very interesting. He's gonna murder me now with his AP, huh? Yeah. Good. And I got 4k. I'm suffering, man. The first game was already dog shit, and the second game is not really looking like it's going to be any different, really, huh? No, at least we have the premium camo on our GK2, because they made it for some reason the coal ship. True, by the way, that's something I don't even remember when I think about GK, that it's a fucking coal ship now. Okay, that was retarded penetrations there. It's a coal ship, which means you can choose between having a GK or a Napoli or a Moskva or a Marceau. I mean, sure as hell GK is worth it, trust me. That guy's gonna fuck me now. Hydro. That I go do. Set me on fire, baby. Yeah, there you go. The turd fuck in his carrier is griefing a GK in base. That doesn't even matter. If I die here or not, that doesn't fucking matter. I tell you what. It's literally the most worthless shit to go for me. Wait, why is he shooting? I don't know. Probably because he's trying to torp me, bait me into torps or some shit. Ah, okay. He's coming with torpedoes and I had to turn into the regular torps. It's like... ain't looking too spicy here. I could kill the regular with this volley. Nope, I didn't hit him. Lucus. And Lucus Maximus. I could try to turn out... This is the play. I think it is. Carrier's just gonna perma drop me. I have no AA, nothing. Maybe AA spec GK is the play, you know? Maybe that one's the play. Dude, I did the 34k hit there, right? Now I'm getting 1 overpen volleys. Then again, the cunt is also reversing randomly in no man's land, and I thought he would accelerate the moment I shoot him. Oh, that dispersion looks kinda nuts, no? Should maybe go dark here. To be honest, I don't really care if I go dark or not, because the game is fucking disastrous. Oh, wait a second. Oh, the Moskva penetrates me. The dude, I just want to get it over with. Dude, I want to get it over with. The ship is so fucking bad, dude. You're turning there in base, and the entire enemy team is wanking on me. On top of that, my team is just sitting in base and not doing anything. Yeah? And the enemy team is doing the exact same. So like, what are you doing, GK? Just go fucking back to port. Play another ship, man. Go into it with your Conqueror and counter fuck with HE, I guess. Yeah, man. There's like barely any reason to play it. I also personally do enjoy the inexistent torpedo belt on it. That's just like my last word. Like, you do have a Hydra, which is pretty cool, but you don't really want to eat torps in any scenario. Like Immelmann torps doing 20k per drop, it's kinda nuts. In any case, see you for the next video.